people who are staying in Ukraine and again and all over the world too. Little kids who are facing war and still doing their best to create and to explore the world and to tell about Ukraine.
Right.
And and also like militaries who are fearlessly fighting for Ukraine, and my family first of all, of course, and my friends and everybody I know in Ukraine. I mean, I adore them and I admire them, and I'm so really inspired by them. So yeah, of course, it's part of the process.
Thank you.
Personal story, yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, and we wish Ukraine the best. Can you tell us more about your work that was featured in Becker Museum magazine? Specifically, you had Ukraine Moon Mission series. What is this series about? And if you could also share like the technique that you use for these paintings.
For like, it's a space expedition, basically, and the main idea is to bring the Ukrainian flag to the moon.
Oh wow!
And that's again like an amazing example of Ukrainian inner power and how Ukrainian sees the world, like the endless universe, the endless space.
And in terms of like the technique, do you like plan your artworks, or is it more of a subconscious process?
Yeah, so this series is actually a series of paintings, and yes, all my paintings are subconscious.
The Becker Museum acquired your artwork called The Green.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about how this artwork was completed? Where was it completed?
So The Green is a photograph which is part of the series, and the series of those photographs calls, the name of the series is Luminosity. Basically, it's a series of photographs that I took in Kiev, different movie sets, and I've been taking photographs of the light and the reflection of that light. So I've been experimenting again with the form, the form and the colors light can take, and I took those photographs on film. All my fine art photography is only by film, always. So, and one of the photographs, it is called, of this series, it is called Shadow, and you can see the silhouette of a man in the center of it.
Right, it's in the magazine as well.
Yeah, and this is the person on this photograph is Andriy Shevchenko. He's amazing, like soccer player, Ukrainian soccer player, international more now. So yeah, it was an amazing experience to work with him.
You mentioned to me that you worked with Malkovich before, on the film photography specifically, and he asked for your work specifically. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. So a few years ago, John Malkovich came to Kiev as a part of this series of concerts all around the globe. And he was the main speaker during that concert. So before that, they required me to take his photographs, and he was specifically really very enthusiastic that I only work with film photography. He was surprised and interested in that. So yeah, I took a few portraits of him in my stylistic. So yeah, it was really nice, and he's an amazing person, and the energy on the set was just so pure and light. So yeah, it was amazing. And the main idea is about like our inner life and how we hide it from the life around us, like, and do we really hide it from the people around us, or do we hide it from ourselves? So, like, we're using those masks mainly for ourselves, because sometimes it's much easier not to tell the truth. First of all, to understand what exactly are we hiding, like how we do that, and I had a team with whom I've been working on that. So it's a team of professionals from Ukraine, and so we were building those sets specifically for each character, and also we've been like creating each character. Projects so far. In partnership with, in collaboration with Baku Museum, we created this project, the letters, and the main meaning of this project is that the letters are standing for Ukraine. So we literally made those letters and wrapped the whole central part with them to aware as much as possible awareness from people around New York and the world to what is going on in Ukraine and to the war that's happening right now, and that and also it's a really nice way to show how easy it is to remove like one regime from power.
Right.
How easy it's actually to make difference. I mean, it's never easy, but it's also not that hard. As
right, just with letters. I mean, just put the letter up against the wall and do what you have to do.
Go through the wall and remove a dictator from power. That's it, and that's the most light and beautiful way to remind people that the world is not that big actually, and the main and one of the biggest issues it's a war. And we need to stop it as soon as possible, specifically war in Ukraine in this case.
In New York, also involved with film photography, specifically the mayor Eric Adams, has been working with you, and you were working with him at the Harvard Club. Can you tell us more about it?
Mayor Eric Adams was one of the guests who was like, support Ukraine. I was his photographer for that day. It was amazing to work with him. He was also really very nice and supportive.
I'm going to take you back to one of the earlier works that you had called the Truth series, where you basically talk about artist Leon Frederick's The Three Sisters.
The artist of Three Sisters, he gave those girls like red dresses and then they're still peeling the potato. In my case, I made a potato. I gave the potato the whole new meaning. So the peeling it is absolutely different activity, kind of. So,
I see. And so in a way, you dressed the potato.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. That's interesting. And then one of the last series that we see in this magazine is the Light series, which is a really interesting abstract work. What is the meaning behind it? What was the process like?
The Light was a part of the project, was part of another project, and actually, again, it was kind of subconscious process. I've been traveling and taking those photographs, and by taking photographs, I've been actually playing with the light drawings all around, like different surfaces, like glass, mirrors, and other things like that, like shiny and not only shiny. So the idea was to play around the light and what kind of forms it can take in different circumstances. And I was trying to fix it with my camera, and it's also on film, so the diffusion of film makes it even more different from as we see it in real life usually. So that was the idea.
Very great. It's excellent what you do. We wish you much luck, and looking forward to seeing more of your artworks in the near future.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.